It's that time of the year, y'all. Hey, it's that time. Hey, look, the power of sandstorm. Learn about it. Talk about it. Read about it. You know what I'm saying? Become one with it. It's that time of the year. You feel me? South
Yes,
Carolina
sir.
think it's coming up. The season is here, right? Is right here upon us. Of course, like we told y'all before, we will be in the building. If you see us, holla at us. You feel me? Come holla at us. But this is the Gamecock preview episode. We've been waiting to give y'all this one. We've butchered it. Hey, look, my apologies because Sleep Monster got me a few times. Not gonna lie.
Hey,
They get the best of us.
you know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? And hopefully we can have a good brother D in the building too as well. To get his input. We want to hear his side of what he think the Gamecocks gonna do this year too.
oh
So
yeah,
brother D, we're waiting on you.
oh yeah, oh yeah, y'all gonna hear from all three of us. Don't believe, don't get it twisted. Just because he ain't here today, don't mean you ain't gonna hear from that boy tomorrow. So don't even get it messed up. So now that we here, we gotta talk about it. How do we want to start this off? Do we want to start with individual expectations, team expectations? How do we want to go about this?
Oh man! So I'm gonna say we want to roll with team expectations, and then we got to break it down. We got to break it down to just we want to roll with the defense first. We want to roll with the offense first. Hell, do you one of those special teams that I feel like a lot of people ain't talking about is who is going to be kicking the ball because we need a kicker. We need a kicker expeditiously. We need a kicker yesterday. We need a kicker right now. So what's going on?
So we can start. Let's start with the offense. Let's start on the brightest side of things. You know what I'm saying? The side of the ball that everybody loves to hear about. The South Carolina offense returns some key starters back into the lineup. Obviously, Lenore Sellers, the head honcho, running the show. At receiver, Mazio Bennett, Nick Harbor, Jared Brown, all these guys returning back into the starting lineup. At running back, still a question mark about whether we're going to have Roswell Faison, but he has been practicing. Things do seem to be moving along, but I don't know if he's going to be ready in time for week one. So that is what it is. But Oscar Attaway, Jerome Howell, guys that are returning from last season at the running back position. The offensive line returns a slew of starters. A lot of consistency there. A lot of young guys that got their chances last year. They're going to be moving into their sophomore, junior season, so we're going to get to see a lot of returning help on the offense side of the ball. What are your expectations for this South Carolina offense with all of that being said?
The expectation is this here. What I want to see and what I was thinking about earlier is let's try to eliminate as much as possible for Lenore to have to become Superman. I.e., let's review the tape back to the Clemson game. On paper, as us fans looking in, now me and you, we're not scouts, we're not, coaches, none of that. I love to have the dream to be a coach and anything like that. But for us looking in at the Clemson game, it was like, where's the wide receiver help at? Where's anybody? Are they waking up? Did they lead down in Columbia? Now, it couldn't be. Now, injuries can happen. Or it could be the situation where, hey, if you can't stop it, keep it going. I.e., Clemson cannot stop Lenore's that game. But it would have helped if that one wide receiver can help, Lenore's out. Now, could it be inexperienced or it could have just, we could have used somebody like i.e. a Dalvin Campbell who I showed and flashed time late in the season last year. But I feel like we could have been used that brother. And I feel like he could have been used in the Clemson game. He was used, but they took his touchdown catch away or whatever, But you know what happened after that, 3rd and 16. But not to go too far into that, but that's just my input here, man, for the offense. That's just my goal here. Let's have a wide receiver, a weapon that can step up for Lenore so he don't have to put the team on his back as much, Let him, if he had to, he really had to. Let's go out there and win the game for us. Screw it. We tried our best. Neek tried our best. Mazio tried his best. Whoever wide receiver D, Van or Murph tried their best, but now it's on you. The clock is on you. The time is on you. We on your time now. But that's just my input here.
And I have to wholeheartedly agree, man. Like the best teams don't win with one player. running the show. The only team you've ever seen win a national championship with a one-man band was Sir Cam Newton in 2010 back at Auburn.
And congratulations on getting your jersey finally retired, Cam. Congratulations.
Yes,
You
sir.
still an F boy for that 2010 SEC championship game, but congratulations, brother.
No, it's funny. Hey, look, sidebar. It's funny how life works out. Hated that man. Could not stand him. Ain't like his smile, and I couldn't stand the way he was. I ain't like the way he walked, talked, none of that. Couldn't stand the man. You know what I'm saying? Then fate may have it. As fate may have it, he becomes my QB1 for the Carolina Panthers, and that's one of my favorite football players of all time. So
funny side, and then a funny side story to add on to that. After that game, I was called my dad. I was mad. South Carolina just got whooped. They dropped 50 on us. Man, I can't stand Cam. But dad was like, I don't know, son. Looking at Jimmy Carson, we kind of need that up in Charlotte. My dad, he said, we kind of need that in Charlotte. But
Look, again, sidebar. Congrats, Cam. But yes, like you said, man. Look, teams don't win national championships with one man bands typically. Is if you're gonna have a chance at winning a national championship, especially in the field that's currently out there, you're gonna need to be able to win in all facets of the game, and you're gonna need contributors in every single position. So for us, I believe we had the contributors on at the receiver position this year. I do. I believe guys Mazio. I do believe that if he grows into his role, being that consistent piece, being that safety blanket that I believe he can be, that showed flashes of last year, then we have a shot. But the biggest thing is always going to be who's going to be that big time playmaker at the X position. Nick Harbor needs to turn into that. We're waiting on it. We're eager because he spent the offseason working with Lenoris and working on his skill set. So that's kind of what we're expecting. But then I look at the ground game. And can you have a ground game that can survive without Lenoris using his ability? And that's kind of the question mark. Oscar Attaway has the best potential of doing it early on in the season. Guys like Juwan Howard, who transferred in from South Carolina State and having to adjust to the SEC style of ball, like how much has he grown? Like, where is he at? The transfer running back from Colorado, will he be available and will he be capable of contributing to us this year? Like I said, all of those guys and where they're at is gonna make the biggest difference. For Lenoris, I need Lenoris, and I said it last week. I need Lenoris to be better at playing the QB position from the head up. From the neck up, that's where we need to see the improvements for Lenoris. Consistency as a passer, because while we do love all of the ability that he displayed and the big arm talent, I need you to be able to complete the short intermediate throws on a consistent basis that keep the chains moving. Things like that. Things that just make life easier for everyone, where it doesn't have to become 3rd and 16. Like those plays shouldn't have to be commonplace. It's great that you can make those plays, but if we want to have a shot at beating the elite teams, and when you got to go on the road to play Ole Miss, you got to go on the road to play Texas A&M, you're gonna need to be able to do the simple things the best. That's the easiest way to get to that next stage of competing nationally with some of the nation's best in the country. So.
And that's a good point to piggyback off right there. The next step, the next thing I want this offense to do not play with food next year, man. Do not play with food. I watched the Alabama game, and I was there at the Alabama game. It's a key example. Matter of fact, matter of fact, I'm jumping ahead. I got to go to where me and you both was at the game. LSU last year. We can argue all day long with the Nick Harbor pick six getting getting called back. Or there was another pick six that got called back as well when they said a horse collar on Garrett Nussmeier. I refuse to this day, Tease. I refuse to believe that was a horse collar callback. I feel like that was another pick six that Garrett Nussmeier threw, but that's neither here nor there. We passed that. We're on to a new year now.
Yeah, New Year.
But it shouldn't go to that point. It should never have gone to that point where we have to rely on the refs or rely on a kicker to save the day for us, especially a kicker that was just not that good. it should never get to that point. Now, but this is a game of college football. It's a physical sport. The SEC is the most competitive conference in college football. So sometimes we got to get to that point. But when you have a chance to blow a team out, get them out the paint. We was up 17-0 first quarter. You got to stay on their neck.
Yeah.
You got to. You can't let up because the moment when you let up, they throwing the food right back at you. They're playing. They're laughing at you, and that's it. It sucks. That's what happened. It should have been no reason why South Carolina was not an 11-1 team last year. Not stand by it.
You're absolutely correct, and those are the growing pains of a team that had a young quarterback. He's learning as well as us figuring out. Like we didn't quite know where our defense was last year. We didn't quite understand what we had in that. And when you have a quarterback that's learning, look, man, the hardest thing it is to do is to learn in this conference. It's a very unforgiving conference because you see the early struggles that you had. You see how much they bite you in the end when you're trying to make a push. You know what I'm saying? But but I mean there's beauty in the struggle with some of these things. There's a realization that we have a quarterback that's a year older. We have a guy that I think realizes that everything is laid out in front of him. This is a team that realizes that everything is laid out in front of them right now. Like you're coming in with preseason hype, something that we ain't been privy to here in a while. This also comes with expectations. So it comes with, hey, how did your coach prepare you for this? How do the players prepare themselves? How do they hold each other accountable when it comes down to getting ready for this week 1 matchup against Virginia Tech? How do you go about the business of making sure you stay the course? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of learning. It's still a lot of learning to be done in that building. I wonder if Shane and that crew have figured it out because this is a group that has been together for a while now. You talk about Clayton White. Clayton White's been there for some time. He's put out some great players. He's put together some good groups. I think we're at a place now with being in Clayton White and having a Mike Schuler who I feel like can really bring out the best in the players that we have in the building. Like I would like to think that everyone's gotten better and that everybody's ready to take that step forward. You know what I'm saying, as an overall staff. But we can move over to this defensive side. Unless you got anything left for this Gamecock offense.
Yeah, you brought up Schuler. And you brought up Schuler with the offense. And the only thing with Mike Schuler is we ask is do not make the same mistakes that got you the boot out of the Carolina Panthers. Now, i.e., there's a lot of factors that came into play. I mean, we had a terrible O-line. The front office. Hold on. Sorry, I had to update. Apologies. The front office did not invest in the Cam Newton to make anybody successful. Honestly,
right.
He didn't have the weapons there. But you have weapons here. You have a very fun quarterback again. So we know what Schuler can do with a very fun quarterback. That's all we ask is let's show that you learn from your days in the NFL. Don't make it too predictable. Make sure you adjust to what schemes they're going to do, the defense schemes, what they're going to do to you. Because it's different than the NFL. Hopefully it seems easy for you. With all the experience in the NFL, hopefully it's a little easy. But that's just my input as a fan. As a fan, asking in, I ain't telling you how to coach. I don't know how to coach. I'm not one of them Twitter couch coaches that you see. All I'm saying as a fan.
Yeah. I'm merely just a watcher of this game that we call football. We look over to the defensive side. Obviously we alluded to some things that have been swirling around about our defense. Saying these guys look the part. These guys have that. They still coming with that same level of juice. We did lose some depth pieces. That is concerning, especially along that defensive line. That's where it's being, one of our biggest concerns is, hey, how do you replace Kyle Kennard, who won the Bronco Nagurski Award last year? Like, how do you replace that guy? So still some concerns there, but overall, I think we all feel good about this group overall, even still, right?
It's more so like a wait and see type of thing. And that's what we're gonna get with Virginia Tech next week. Cause it's like I know they're not gonna test us throwing. I know that certainly. I think we got the DBs to keep drones in check, you know, throwing wise. It's just what Virginia Tech's gonna throw at us on the run game. I stand by. I think they're really gonna run the ball on us. They're gonna try. They know that they lost some people. We lost some people as well. But it's all about what you said earlier. How well did the coach prepare y'all? How well of a group? This group here, I think that it's gonna be some growing pains. I see some growing pains. Probably the first few series, and that's just being real. Everybody know I'm a realist here. I feel like the D line, everything like that, it's not gonna click just yet because this is new. This is guys that don't really have the chemistry just yet because we're relying on transfers.
Right.
Like Sean Murphy. We got to rely on him to take over the role with Debo Samuel or not Debo Samuel, Debo Williams and Demetrius Knight. So
you got Brandon Sis, who's taking over at the cornerback position.
Correct. So, that's done for that. I think probably gonna take over the role for Donald Fortune left off, or it could be Bakari Swain. But as guys, we're confident in DBs. We're confident in, but look at the safety position. You are replacing a Nick Eamon Ward, who was up there, in my opinion, with DJ Swearinger as best safety to come through the great University of South Carolina.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a wait and see game for me. I'm not confident. I don't want to go out there and beat my chest saying, "Yeah, we about to have a top 5 defense in SEC this year." I stand on it. No. We just got to wait and see. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, look, the only surefire guys that we have right now are Dylan Stewart. I feel confident about Bakari Swain. I'm really bullish on Bakari Swain.
Get them damn grades up.
Hey man, I'm big on Bakari Swain because Bakari Swain to me, he gives off that vibe of he's a ball hawk. When that ball's in there, he can go get it. I feel confident, and I feel like he carries himself with that level of confidence. Mind, he was another guy was a true freshman last year. I think people forget how well he played because I mean he played in certain spots and played in certain games, but I mean you look at in a lot of the critical games, he was out there.
He can play both sides of the ball.
You know what I'm saying? Now look, hit the thing though, right? We ain't desperate for the receivers no more. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't sure, but I need you to be locked down. If he can go be the lockdown guy, I believe he can be. Again, you roll out a cornerback tandem of Brandon Sis, and I think I want to say I'm saying his name. I think his name is pronounced Cisse, if I'm not mistaken. I think I heard him pronounce it, but we'll figure that out as the season goes along. But Bakari Swain and Brandon as your starting corners, DQ Smith and God knows who's going to be the opposite safety because then your opposite has been Boosie and Peyton Williams have been competing for that. So whoever can find themselves that role, I do feel solid about. But here's the thing about defense, man. It's a chemistry thing, like you said. It's a lot of chemistry, and as much as we believe in the individual talents, how is this going to be able to come together for a week 1 game against a veteran quarterback? I respect drones because because especially in college football, when you have these older quarterbacks, they have that ability to control the game that younger quarterbacks just don't have just yet. Like they don't get as flustered. They can play through pressure. They can play through hands and guys tagging and guys biting around their ankles. And like you said, if they are able to run the football, that does spell a problem. Like I look at our interior line. That group lost a lot of guys, a lot of OGs in that room. Tonka, TJ, Boogie Huntley. Like we lost a lot of guys that you got to replace. And so for the guys that are filling into that interior, Nick Barrett is the leader of that particular group. He's got to be solid. The depth pieces around. Now I do like that. I do like what we did in recruiting. if we can still have a solid rotation, and I think we're going to get tested very early. I think it's going to be a great test. It's going to be one of those tests that, hey, if you play it right, dog, you may have set the precedent for the rest of your season. So I'm eager, but like you said, there's a lot of unproven guys in that room, man, that have to show up early in week one.
Yeah, and you're right, man. And it's well, the thing with Kyron Jones, though, I was just thinking in the back of my mind, like we kind of the defense. Well, they did this defense last year. They did kind of well against mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah,
like we put like Milrow in check. You know,
K Club,
me, yeah, love K Klubnik in check.
Marcel Reed.
Yeah, Marcel Reed, which I think
he was young, but now I'll give him that he was young. But
I'll go out and say I think Marcel Reed is up there, like talent wise, with Kyron Jones, though. Like, just if he play his best game,
yeah,
kind of if up there, if not better. So we experience someone like him, you know, what a Kyron Jones can do. And yeah, the veteran like of him is what scares me, but I can see, like I said, I just don't see. I don't know who, and then there's no semi no disrespect, respectfully. I don't know a wide receiver on Virginia Tech that is just gonna take over the game like a Jalen Lane or somebody like that.
right.
Y'all had on paper, Virginia Tech had a pretty stacked team last year, and they should have done way better than what they were supposed to have gone.
I would say they're underachieved.
They underachieved, yeah. They underachieved. They had like tons of seniors back, but they lost all of those. So it's like not only we going through a lot of change, Virginia Tech is going through change as well. You know, especially on the offensive side. I got to do some more research on what Virginia Tech is going to bring to the table. But it's like, who knows? It's like really, it's like an element. It's like a surprise. Like I feel like for what Virginia Tech is going to send out there.
No, absolutely. And again, I mean but like we said, the biggest question for us is going to be who can step up and who can step up and how quickly will they step up. And again, this would be a little bit easier if we had a depth chart. We don't know who's actually starting at this point. At the time we're recording this, we don't know who's starting. We won't get that until
Sunday. I think Sunday. This Sunday, right?
Sunday, we're getting that.
Beam usually released. It's Sunday or probably late next week.
I was thinking late next week. I'm thinking like for the first game of the year. Oh, I ain't put that out until and we're playing on a Sunday, so I could very well see that maybe coming out on Thursday or Friday.
Correct.
So,
and then we need to see the same with Virginia Tech as well. And
oh yeah, I will be tuning in. I will be peeping. I will be peeping what they got going on there. Again, we're gonna see some. It's gonna be a challenge. I ain't sitting there saying that we're gonna step on nothing. It's gonna be a challenge for sure. But so we done our expectations for the offense, done our expectations for the defense. Do we want to go ahead and roll through the schedule real quick? Or do we want to say that for last?
What we got before that?
We can potential breakout players on offense and defense.
Let's do that.
Okay, so for me, I'm not gonna lie, it's a guy that I think people have just very much disrespected. Maybe not disrespected. I just haven't heard anything about Michael Smith.
Yeah,
I don't know why the idea of I don't know why there's a idea that we don't have another tight end in the room that can
we got plenty.
Duplicate what's that guy from last year? I forget his name.
Joshua
Simon. Michael Smith played a lot as a freshman. I think he has big playability in him. Had a big touchdown catch against Missouri. I don't know if everyone forgot about that, but he had, again, another one of those guys that were young, that were very young last year, that were learning on the job, that played well. I believe Michael Smith is going to be one of those unsung pieces that, like, I think he's going to have a year, and people have no clue. People just have not been tuned in. They're not really paying attention to him because we're talking about the track star and Nick Harper. We're talking about the slot guy from last year in Mazio Ben. We're talking about all of these guys that had bigger splashes last year, but I believe Michael Smith is just as talented as those guys and is going to have a bigger impact than what people have slated for him so far.
And you got to remember with Mike Shula, like who was Cam's go-to weapon? A tight end, Greg Olsen.
I'll tell you.
We
Now,
are going to use. Go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
oh, sorry, I'm saying, but you're right. I mean, I had to cut you off, but we're going to utilize the tight end in a Mike Shula system. I think Jordan Dingle from a transfer from Kentucky also came in, which is fine. I also know Brady Hunt is still on the team as well, but the best receiving tight end in that room still is Michael Smith, hands down for me. So that's who I'm rolling with as my breakout player on offense.
And also, and you gotta throw in Brady Hunt a little bit too. Like, let's throw him in. Like, imagine the Swiss Army knife with Brady Hunt. Imagine if he can block. Imagine that George Kittle, like, that's what George Kittle was utilized as what Iowa, right?
Yeah,
He was a blocking tight end,
yeah.
but turned out he can receive too, and he can receive pretty damn well. So I think that's another Swiss Army knife we got to keep in mind. That's just my under. And I'm going to say not breakout, but I'll say an under a radar guy that in a Mike Shula system, don't be surprised. We definitely use him as screens, blocking, or utilize him to go make a pass.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
just be on that.
I mean, you think about it. Who was the kid from a couple years ago when we beat Clemson with Spencer Rattler, number 44? Trying to think of his name.
Nate Atkins,
Nate Atkins. You talk about a guy like that. Now I think Nate
one
Atkins,
hander. Yeah,
I think Nate Atkins was a very underrated athlete. I think
Denver's using him well. Denver is cooking with him.
You feel me? If you can slide Brady Hunt into a role like that, where you have him playing like in an H back type of role, have him in the backfield, use him as a lead blocker, things of that nature. Yeah, like that can spell for a lot of things. I believe there's an offense in this style of offense. I believe it's gonna be ground and pound heavy still. Like we're not leaving what I think is gonna make a Mike Shula offense great, which is gonna be the ability to be able to run the ball. Marry that with the opportunity for the deep ball to be live this year, then I think you got a chance for a special offense for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I got you on that one. And it's my turn to
Yeah. For your
my
breakout.
we could just go back. Okay, my breakout guy. I'm trying to get offense and defense here. Offense breakout guy. I think Mazio is gonna go for 1,000 yards. I think Mazio is gonna be our 1,000 yard receiver. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. And it all comes down to Nick Harbor too. That we explained. Watch the video today of what Nick Harbor can be and what Nick Harbor should be utilized for.
Right.
Either way, no matter how teams see Nick or whatever, they're gonna have to respect his speed.
Yeah.
Regardless. They're gonna have to respect his speed. So not saying turn Nick into a gold route merchant or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But him being a 1,000 yard receiver, I just think that's not going to happen yet this year. Just not with one full off season. If we do another off season, I think it'll definitely be a goal next year if he decides to return.
Right.
But I think with his style, with his size, what his potential going to be, a project now. He can be a late first round, mid to second round pick next year. But he's a project. You got to put project next to his name. But I just think that opens the door for Mazio. Screens. Use Nick to block for him. Good slot guy to use the screens. Good slot guy to use for, inside routes, quick routes, that Mike Shula likes to use, RPOs, I think that just opens the door. And also let's see what Mazio can be as a deep threat. I think that's what was missing last year. We didn't even see a lot of run after catch for him.
Right.
A little bit, but we have seen a little bit of the deep threat ability that he can, i.e. the fourth down play with Alabama.
Yeah,
how quick he got open. I think he's one of the more polished route runners on this team.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. That's what I got on offense. Defense. Breakout guy. I think, honestly, this might be disrespectful. I feel like there's another guy that could break out, but give me Brian Thomas Jr.
That's respectable. That's incredible.
I feel like there's another defensive guys. I want to say Bakari Swain. I want to say not even DQ, because DQ been on the team for a while.
I
But
know who I'm gonna roll with for
yeah,
my. But yeah, but Brian Thomas though, yeah, let's hit on that because he's pivotal to what we want. What
correct.
can be.
He's important. Yes, he's important. It's kind of like the same concept when I'm using with Nick Harbor and Maziel.
Yeah,
You got Dylan Stewart on the other side. Teams know to double him. They know it. Triple him. Kentucky tripled him. Brian Thomas, you got to eat at that point. You 1-on-1. You on an island by yourself. No way. And if our defensive tackles is any good too, they gonna eat as well. You know. But Brian Thomas Jr., this is your time to shine, bro. It's go time.
this is it.
Like it's go time for you.
And you got to. This is the guy that had 4.5 sacks last year, even with Dylan Stewart and Kyle Kennard booking the. So this is a guy that still found a way to contribute, even with having limited reps. That's huge. I mean, look, you're talking about he's got a chance here. I know he understands this. I know Beam and them have talked to him about this. You go have the type of year that that you just top what you did last year. Go have a 10-sack season because you are at 4.5 now. Now to get 10 sacks is going to take a lot more consistency. It's going to and it's going to take a lot more work than what you did to get that 4.5. You go have 10 sacks, dog. You're talking about you're a day 2 guy in the draft. Possible day 1, depending on how people feel about your overall skill set. You're talking about a day 1 guy, but you're talking about your name will be called on draft day for sure. If you go out there and have a year, go out there and have 8.5 to 9.5 sacks. I want you to get double digits. The best case scenario for us is you and Dylan Stewart both get double digit sacks and feed off of each other.
I think Dylan still be our sack leader, but I think Dylan's gonna be our sack leader this year. But I will say, Brian Thomas won't be that far behind. He's gonna be one of them guys looked at as probably. I think he's a junior or senior this year, whatever. He's eligible for the draft.
He's eligible for the draft for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely go from undrafted to drafted to first round. It's happened before. I mean, on the offensive side, a guy that nobody thought about, nobody had in mind, nobody radar, went from undrafted to first round.
Talk about it.
It's possible. It's possible. Beamer has done that. He was a Muschamp guy, by the way. He was a Muschamp guy.
Hey, man. So, for me, you know who I'm rolling with, though?
Go ahead. Talk to me.
Fred Johnson.
Fred? Dang. Yes.
Fred Johnson. You talk about a guy, 6'3", 244 pounds. You're talking about a guy that has all the athletic ability, all the makings of an elite defensive player. Yeah, I want to see Fred Johnson go to work this year. At that linebacker position where we're replacing another position where we're replacing a lot of OGs. You're replacing guys like Debo Williams, Bam Martin Scott, Demetrius Knight, all of these guys that played a lot of football throughout their career. Fred Johnson is a guy, as a sophomore, that I think can come in and make a huge splash. All the athletic ability is there. How he sees it, how he plays it. When people tell me that this defense that this defense is looking good in camp and that this defense is coming with the same juice, it's got to be because of guys like that. Because if not, then I don't know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Fred Johnson will have us in a position to be able to compete for the SEC and compete for a playoff spot if all things go as planned.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel like, one thing we hate is a yes man. Like, so when these beat writers are, reporting, I hope they're not, BSing us.
Yeah.
And we know Beam does not like media at the practices. They'll get a little bit what they can. They can't film, respectable. So that's why we are so curious, like a what if situation, like we don't get preseasons. Like that. Can't you say this is a good argument of saying why we may need like a scrimmage or something like that, just to see where we at. Barring, and I know the con to this is injuries.
Injuries, yeah. But here's the thing, man. Guys get injured in camp regardless.
Mm-hmm. They hitting. That means tackling. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys you're hitting, you're tackling, you're scrimmaging each other anyway. Like the scrimmages that you would worry about playing against another team, you're just playing them against you. You're just playing them against each other. Like if you ever been through a college camp, you got about 3 scrimmages you play. You're gonna have one about after that first week when you after you get into full pads, because you go the first day or so is going to be helmets, then you go shells, then you work your way in by day 4, I believe, is typically when you're in full pads. Then you scrimmage after that first week, and you typically have about 3 scrimmages, depending on how your coach sets it up. Right? You would just replace that with a game instead. And here's my thing about this game. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged game. It could be look. You can go jamboree style. You play high school ball. You know about them jamboree style. Scrimmages, or you can go with the closed scrimmages. Like a closed scrimmage style is. I'm not mad at that either. I just want to see. I would just like for our guys to be able to flesh out some of the minor kinks that it would take to be able to be full throttle, full go on the week 1. I mean, we know you can't have it like how the NFL does, but just at least one game like that I think would help a great deal with a lot of young guys.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun for the game. I mean, Shane Beamer has been open about that. Syracuse coach has been open about that, and Deion Sanders has been very open about that as well. So I mean, hopefully, I doubt it'll ever happen, but I mean, we'll love to see it just so we can get an idea. And I feel confident in saying, yeah, okay, I think our defense is gonna be pretty good. Yeah. They get a game time, feel, speed to it. But the 3 scrimmages that we had, it's been pretty good. I think the intel that I heard that the scrimmage went well is good as well. I just think the only concern is I heard that we got some injuries on the edge room.
Yeah. Yeah, we mentioned that. I think we mentioned that a little bit earlier in the show, and it's one of those things where it's like, it makes me nervous, makes me antsy, because the last time I remember hearing injuries in camp.
O-line.
Yeah.
O-line a couple years back. Yeah.
So and you remember how much hype we had going into that game, how geek we were, and then So look, man, I'm nervous. Look, I'm very cautiously optimistic, but cautious nonetheless about where I think we'll be at. But is it time to go ahead and get into
the schedule? Yeah, we got what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes left, yeah.
Yeah, got 20 minutes left. So y'all, you look, you open up the season against Virginia Tech on the at a neutral site game in Atlanta. What are we thinking?
I feel like being an opener with South Carolina, look, it's not gonna be a pretty game.
No, not
it's gonna be it's not gonna be a pretty game, and I don't know why we paint. Now we're getting closer and closer. I don't know why we're putting ourselves through this, but
that's all.
It came back out. Ain't no backing out. I know, ain't no backing out now.
Hey, look here, though. I don't know about but like, hey, you know what? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bread is already spent. We here now.
Yeah, we here. We gotta go through with it. We here. I'm gonna give us a thug. It ain't going. I see like a 23-17 like victory. Yeah, something like that. Nasty, ugly.
Nasty.
Yeah, like get our heart pounding.
It's like because I just wonder how quick you can hit the ground running, and I would love to see our offense score like 4 touchdowns in that game. College games are weird.
It will make me feel good. It'll make me feel.
but man, leave Atlanta scoring 4 TDs with a dub. Mm-hmm. Yeah, on that
yeah.
for sure. Give me South Carolina for the win. I'm gonna say 27-17.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 27-17 for that. Next game, South Carolina State. Much love to my brothers down there in Orangeburg. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Brother Chin, you know what I'm saying? Root to the bros. Yeah, that's nasty work right there. But this is the chance that's the game when you get to see the Donovan Murphy his first touch.
I didn't touch it, yeah.
Pup sellers, all them, hey,
Ryan Rowe, all them, everybody. Rotate, tag in, tag.
Yeah,
Tag out.
yeah. Send the boys in there. So Doug. So we're out to 2-0 start. Vanderbilt week 3 and Willie B. Diego Pavia. Hey man, respect to you. Respect to you, bro. Respect
Mm-hmm.
to believe it in yourself. I'm never gonna tell
Mm-hmm.
nobody not to believe in themselves, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, I kind of need I need it to be a BTA type of situation, bro. I kind of need you, like you
Yeah.
kind of talking a bit much for my liking, because you are still Vanderbilt. Like, don't ever get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? Give a damn what you did against Alabama. You know what I'm saying? We ain't done.
Bad man. Very bad man for that. Yeah.
Hey, you bad man for that one. But I got a better man on the other side of Rotten named Dylan Stewart, bro. And we waiting for you, big dog. So yeah, give me W's in the chat, bro. 3-0.
It was crazy in the interview. I think it was with Busting with the Boys or whatever the hell. He got this game. So he got this game circled for some freaking reason. I'm like,
Brother,
you got Tennessee, you got Alabama. This
take something. Look, here's the thing. You may not know this. I don't know because if I ain't mistaken, I think they played Bama and Tennessee at home last year. So you don't quite understand what this is like, right? You don't incite that group of people. You leave them alone. Sometimes you let a sleeping giant lie where he at. You know what I'm saying? Because if you give them boys any reason, we don't ever really need a reason to be like, we don't never really need a reason to be geeked up to be Vanderbilt. We just kind of always expect to go in there and do what we do against Vandy. You know what I'm saying? Giving us a reason to be like hateful towards Vandy is I don't know if you should have did. You know, personally, just saying. I know you new here. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know how this goes. You feel me? But like, I would not. I would advise against that. I would advise against that. But yeah, W's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat for Vanderbilt.
I got a 30 35 to 24 victory here.
Vanderbilt scoring 24 points. Vandy scoring 24 points, brother. We are in trouble. If Vandy's scoring 24 points, we are in trouble. There's a
growing pains on the defense. Growing pains for the defense. That's the growing pains I was mentioning about now. You walk with me. Hey, just watch. It's gonna change. Just walk with me. Walk with me.
You know you're right.
Walk with me.
On team, man. 35-14, man. I'm give me 3.
Everybody give it a bust ahead. Y'all got you.
BTA. Missouri on the road. Battle of Columbia. They are trying to figure out their quarterback situation. Obviously, they lost Theo Weiss. They lost with the Burden, so they're replacing receivers as well. At that point, I know we just talked about growing pains on the defense. Are the growing pains fixed, or where are we at with that? Because
that's when they wake the fuck up. Excuse my French. That's when they wake up.
Hey, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm rolling with a W. I'm rolling with a W in this one. It's a trap game, and I ain't saying we stepping on anything in Missouri because that's a hard place to go play. It's been a hard place for us to go win at. You know what I'm saying? We haven't done it many times since they come into the SEC. But I do think they are. I mean, they're trying out their quarterback. They're a transfer quarterback from Penn State. We'll see how good he is. We'll see how adjusted he'll be to the SEC style of ball by then. So we'll get a look. And I mean, just to because when we get to this point of the season, I'm starting to look at teams that you play to start your season off. They open up with Central Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana Lafayette, and then
Kansas Jayhawks.
Kansas Jayhawks, yes.
I'll be watching that game.
That will be tuning in. That will be the one that will tell me something, but it ain't gonna tell me everything because their first real test will be us. If I'm being quite honest. Now, don't sleep on Kansas though. You know what I'm saying? Jalen,
that's why I'm watching the game.
Don't sleep on the boys over there. Kentucky at home. Kentucky is a team that I don't really know much about this year. This is one I actually don't know much about what they got going on. Don't know much about they got to come back.
Yeah. I think Mark Stoops on the. Is he?
It's getting a little warm.
Is he getting warm? He's been there for a little minute. Mark Stoops usually keep a good disciplined team going. I think Stoops is one of them coaches that Beam just do not want to lose to because Stoops talking ish about.
Hey man.
Yeah, a lot to say. And they come to us, right?
Yeah, they come to us. They come to us. Now I don't know
Um,
who their quarterback will be. If I had to guess, I'd say Zach Calzada is
mhm.
is likely going to be the guy. Yeah. So Zach Calzada
When's he at?
played at Texas A&M, started his career for his first 2 years, then transferred to Incarnate
Mm-hmm.
Ward for the last 2 seasons. Had great years.
Mm-hmm.
Had great years at Incarnate Ward. So I gotta imagine he would be the guy. The other guy at that point would be Bo Allen, who's been at Kentucky now for a couple years now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had to guess, I'd say Zach Calzada is more than likely your starting quarterback going into week one. Well, no, sorry, we're going into that game. I would say he's probably the starting quarterback.
And they got Kendrick Law, transfer out of Alabama as a wide receiver. I think that's the only receiver. Speed guy, fast guy, like I said, our DBs. So that's when I said earlier, growing pains with defense. So I think the defense should awake against Missouri, and that confidence should carry over for Kentucky. So I think give us a dub on that one.
Yeah.
I think that Kentucky is going to try to play spoiler, going to try to, Stoops don't like us, but he's coming in to Willie B. He's coming. Is it a night game? Is it a night game? Hold on. It's a night game.
TBD. Right now it's a flex. It's a flex game
That's
right
flex.
now.
Ooh,
Yeah, Missouri's a flex game and Kentucky's a flex game. So it's kind of no telling. It kind of all depends on what's going on at that point. If both of those teams go into that, if we all roll into these games, like if I look at Kentucky's schedule prior to us, Kentucky
I can
opens
tell
up.
you exactly. I can tell you exactly what's about to be a night game, though. Tell you exactly.
Kentucky
We
opens up.
about to get to it.
Oh yeah,
Go
no.
ahead.
So Kentucky opens up against Toledo. Then they play at home against Ole Miss, Eastern Michigan, and then they play us. So Kentucky could very well be undefeated when they come to Willie B,
Correct.
which would SEC Network night game. That's kind of got that written all over it. Kentucky SEC Network night game all day, every day. Yeah. So then we get to LSU on the road, Death Valley. Mind you, this is after a bye week as well. And that's a critical point to have that bye week. That is very pivotal, having that week off in between, because there's a potential that you're talking about a top 5 matchup right here.
If we play our cards right.
You play your cards right. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. This could be the game that everybody in college football is sitting down that Saturday night to see who's going to come out on top. So,
before we go in, remind me after the Kentucky game, that bye, I'ma holler at you. So we need to make a trip to Louisiana. Sidebar.
Oh, hey, look at it, man. Hey,
I had to fight book.
Hey, my cards are free. You feel me? I've stacked the deck to clear my credit cards out for football season, but dog, I'm ready to roll. You let me know.
So just remind me, depending if we play our cards right, that bye week, I'ma holler at you.
They'll drop a sports history roll.
Yeah, road trip,
baby.
But okay. All right, brother. So this is a game here. That Shane Beamer got really set his guys down, and he gonna have the pregame speech. He gotta touch souls. He gotta get to the point here. Yeah.
Who do you want to be?
Yeah.
Who do you want to be going into this game? Who do you want to be? Is it time for you to actually take a step forward, or are we saying with South Carolina that does this every single time? The same story. You know what I'm saying? Hostile environment.
Most hostile.
Everything's on the line. Are we the same South Carolina that goes in there, lays an egg, and then it's back to the drawing board again? We'll have to find some belief for next week. Or do you want to be the team that makes a statement that puts everybody in the nation on notice? Because best believe you go in there, you do what we think you can do, everybody will be put on notice.
It's a ball don't lie moment. It's a ball don't lie moment, man.
Yeah. Come with it. Drop your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Cam Smith. Like, what's happening? Like you want it or what? This is the moment.
And this is what annoys me. LSU is one of them teams that we just rarely beat. It's up there with like Alabama. It's up there with LSU is one team we rarely beat. It's annoying. It's time to change that.
I need this.
That being said, we're going too long. I'm gonna say, can we just put toss up? I'm gonna add toss.
Okay.
I.e., I'm not saying we're gonna win. Damn sure ain't saying we're losing. We're not losing. But it's toss up. LSU, we're gonna see y'all. Ball don't lie. I'm gonna end on that. Ball don't lie.
And when you say shit, when you say things like that, I can't. I gotta be honest to what I really think. I'm gonna let you keep your statement the way that you kept it. But I'm gonna say this. That's the first L. That's the first L that I'm just like, I feel confident saying like this is the one where I'm like, I don't know. I just don't see it. Going into that place, I don't know if they're gonna let us leave with that one. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to go take that one. You couldn't leave. You couldn't steal it even at home. You had to go take it. I want to know, is this team ready to go take one of those types of games? There's one where you got to go take it. But if I had to say what I really feel, I'd say L for that one.
Yeah, I recorded a score down, but I ain't gonna.
Hey, keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep it up. Yeah.
Put a pin. I can't wait to get back to it because I could change. I could very well change my mind by the time we get to that point. So Oklahoma comes to Willie B for their first appearance in Columbia. That one is
that's a trap game.
That's a hell of a
game. Brent Venables is on the seat. And Brent is no hoe at coaching. I don't care what y'all. I don't care what y'all say, what y'all think. Brent is gonna look. Yeah.
Now, mind you, Oklahoma will be coming off the Red River rivalry.
Texas. Very okay.
Yeah. So look, both of us are gonna be coming off pivotal games, and this is a chance that, hey, if you did lose the week before, hell of a time to bounce back. And you have no time to waste. You can't spend too much time worrying about what happened the week prior. So, yeah. With that one, you keep it a beam, man. That one's tough for me. I'm gonna take us.
I tell you, we win in the nail biter, but Brent Venables is gonna be on one that game.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one of the games we just gotta look away. It's kind of like the Missouri game last year. It's gonna be kind of like that.
Yeah.
So where we at? 6-1, 7-1. 6-1.
Yeah, yeah, 6-1. Now I believe. Yeah, so 6-1. Alabama comes in, rolls in for homecoming.
Damn, gauntlet. LSU, Oklahoma, damn, Bama. Oh.
Ooh.
Pains me to say this.
Ooh, man, my chest hurt.
I feel like we're gonna be too beaten up, man. We're gonna be okay. Who Bama got? Who Bama got week before? Who Bama got the week before?
So let's go through and look. Bama the week before they play South Carolina will be playing Tennessee.
Woo! But Tennessee going to Neyland. They're not Neyland.
Yeah,
they never win there.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee not winning that game. Nah. I don't think they're gonna. Man, they might
look. The biggest thing here is going to be this: where is Ty Simpson at this point in the season?
Yeah.
Jam Miller, their starting running back. Hey, how well is he playing? Ryan Williams, of course. Like
Jam Miller's hurt. But he's scheduled to return around that time though.
Yeah, of course. You know
I think it's like 6 to 8, between 6 to 8 weeks. I was like 10. I said on Twitter, $10 he returns the week he plays us. $10.
Nasty.
So
God, man. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm about to go with Alabama on this one. It's tough for me to say. I can't. I just can't. This part of the schedule is where it gets really dicey. But I'll roll with Bama. So now we're 6-2.
Yeah.
Change
my mind. Ole Miss, we go in there. I think Shane laid the message. Around that time, Shane's gonna lay the message that, hey, come on.
Yeah.
What we at? What we doing?
All
We
right.
here.
I'm with you on that one.
So give me us on that against
Yes.
Ole Miss.
Now 7-2. Texas A&M, Kyle Field.
Damn. So damn man, they gave us no favors for this. All right. Back-to-back road games. Cal Field is no slouch.
Whew.
No slouch. Hostile. They gonna want revenge. Can we embarrass them? Might be another night game.
Mike Elko
That's
is
a flex. Mike Elko wants blood. Got a damn good transfer portal class. Damn good. Man. This is another L for me, bro.
I'm with
I
you.
I can't.
That's where I'm at.
We are realists, and look, listen, y'all. This is not popular. This is not. We ain't gonna feed y'all no BS here.
No, I can't lie to you, bro. I cannot lie. So
I'll be at a wedding. I'll be at a wedding that game. So
yeah.
hopefully.
Oh Lord, Jesus. Hey, look, man. Last time I was at the wedding for a game, Tennessee, 2020.
Oh man.
Yeah, my boy Trout went off
Of
though. My
yeah,
boy was going off.
Oh yeah, of course. Did we win?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, brother, Colin Hill was our starting quarterback. No, we didn't win.
Oh no.
But so then Coastal Carolina rolls in to really be BTA. I ain't really about to do too much talking with y'all. You know, y'all done a lot of talking here lately though. And I kind of want us to put the work on y'all because y'all for some years, you know, in the Muschamp days and the early days, y'all were just y'all doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all brothers to understand, like, there's a hierarchy here. Right? You not there.
And especially when they had Grayson McCall. When they had Grayson McCall, they was popping.
Y'all was letting y'all nuts hang when Grayson McCall put it back. Yeah. BTA, we on your ass. Then them boys come rolling the town, man.
We're waiting on that. I ain't saying shit.
November 29th.
Nope.
Talk soon.
Talk soon. To be continued.
Hey.
Too early, man. Too early.
All I'm gonna say is, look. All I'm gonna say is this: if you made it to this point in the video, I'm sitting on 9 of them in my mind. I'm sitting on 9 of them things right now in my mind. Some things may change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do the math on who I think doing what, but I can't wait to see y'all boys, man. I can't wait. Everybody doing a lot of talking. They forgot what happened and what's going to continue to happen.
We gotta get one in Willie B because it's been far too long.
It's been far.
We should have got it done in 2023, but it's cool. This year we got. I need to see in my 20s. I need to see us get a dub against y'all in Willie B for the one time. That's all.
I will be in the city.
Yeah.
Y'all boys come tailgate. Hey, come tailgate with me. I'll be telling. You know what I'm saying? Me and the dogs will be outside for that one. So yeah, come holler at us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one of them. But overall, so we're thinking what? We're thinking 9. We're thinking 9 wins this year.
Yeah, another 9-win season. But I'm motivated to go into next year. But as you can see, 9-3 does not get you in the playoffs.
No. So figure it out, y'all boys. I mean, look, there's a lot of tests, a lot of opportunities to bolster that resume, a lot of opportunity to fall flat on your ass. So it's
make us believers. Make
us believers, dog. You got a chance to do something special. Here's the thing about these games. They got to get played. Yeah, they got to get played on the field. All the talking we're doing right now, these games have to get played on the field. There are plenty of moments last year we didn't think that we would be able to figure out how to get a win. Got some wins there. You got to think about it. We started the season out 3-2.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. 3-3, and then we
3-3.
We rolled off 6 straight. So anything can happen.
I
So
had us going you know, I had us going 7-5.
I think I had us at where did I have? I think I may have had us at 8 wins last year, 7 or 8 wins last year.
Yeah,
I believe. You know what I'm saying?
I, that's just because we didn't know what we was gonna get with Lenore's.
We didn't.
But
We
now
did.
we know. Now we know we're getting.
Now we know, and I hope everybody else knows what they bring to the table, man. Because again,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a
Yep.
challenge. But with that being said, well, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with us. Keep growing this channel. Keep growing this community that we got here, man. A lot of expectations here, dog. Can't wait to see some of y'all at these games. Come holler at us. Like I said, if you see us, come holler at us. And this is Jim Dropper Sports. I'm your host, Shanti Stewart. This is my co-host, Ace. And we out.
Oh man.